So we found the tree and we located our box here at about chest height, facing the direction over the cliff here where we wanted to record. So here we have a simple tie-down strap attached to the SM2 Plus around a tree. It can handle trees of various sizes. A simple rope would do fine. And here we have the SM4 with the rope, and you notice there's many holes on the box here that you can actually use tie wraps to tie it to a T-bar if you so choose that method. And the next thing we did was we attached our microphones. So the microphone has 3 pins and a little tab, so you just simply need to push that straight into the socket here. The collar does a simple 1/4 inch turn to fasten it into place. Here we have the protective wire mesh with a tie wrap. We're going to place that over the microphone and just ground that to the either strap or the box on the back. The SM4, of course, you do not have to take the mics off for transport. They are permanently affixed on there, and the wire, we leave the wire mesh on. And after that, what you would do is you open up the box with any type of screwdriver. You can use a Phillips flathead, a square head, or even just a knife edge even. It'll take many types of heads. And looking inside, you make sure your batteries have not loosened up. On the hike end, it's possible they could loosen up, so you just give them a little press. And when you're doing that, it's possible that you touch one of these cards, and if you just press that in, it could pop right out a little bit. So just make sure everything's secure. Here we have the SM4. It opens up from a latch. On the right hand side there's kind of 2 leaves that open up, and on the back here we see the batteries. So again, just push them into place to make sure that they haven't loosened up, and on the side of one of those opening doors you'll find the 2 memory card slots. And then what you want to do is turn the power on to what's called internal power. Flick that switch up, and when you want to turn it off, simply flick that switch back down, either to the off or external battery position. SM4, likewise, there's internal and external power. Turning the unit on, you'll turn the switch down, in this case, to internal power. And what happens then is the screen will come on, and it'll give you the date. Make sure the date is correct. Sometimes we've had the clock actually reset on itself and be January 1st. So make sure the date is correct, the time is correct, and that'll get your sunrise schedule to work appropriately. So with the SM4, the first screen that comes up is this one. The button you need to press is check status. Now if the clock does need to be reset, simply hit the select button, the up and down buttons, as well as the back button, and surf around in there and you'll find where the clock is under settings, I believe. And with the SM4, you just hit the enter menu button and use the arrows to surf around inside until you find the date and time to reset. So looking at that screen, we see the top line has the correct date and time. Go down to the 3rd line, we notice the card slots A and B are being used, with 0 of 32 gigabytes being used on each. If everything looks fine, the date is correct, there's no warning messages, and there's 0 of 32 gigabytes on the cards, what you can do then is go over to this button and it says wake exit. So on the SM2 Plus, we see the going to sleep screen. We notice that the date it will go to sleep is the next morning. The bottom line is saying April 9th. And if you miss the screen notice, you can simply press wake exit again and note the time that it is going to sleep, and then simply press wake exit again and it will go to sleep. So what we want to do is press the start schedule button down at the bottom here. The SM4 has a very similar screen. Again, you just want to check to make sure it plans to record either the same day or the following day. And the screen goes dead. At that point, you just put the cover back on, fasten all these down. And with the SM4, it's a little simpler to close, so you just basically swing the leaves closed and it snaps shut, and you're good to go. Before you leave, you certainly need to take some field notes, and here I show what I tend to bring. I use my phone as a camera. I have a compass, GPS, notepad, an extra memory card, a screwdriver or some kind of device to open that box up, and a couple of pins. I also bring along a few tie wraps to attach the wire mesh protectors over the microphones. So you need a general description of the area you put the recorder, so when you return to the site you know about where it is, or if someone else is going there they can hopefully find it. Compass, I take the bearing that the box is facing, and this can be simply southwest, or you can use actual degrees, but if you do use degrees, just specify if you're using magnetic or true north as a reference. And we will want to take GPS coordinates. I like to use a UTM coordinate system because most of the hiking maps people use tend to have a UTM grid placed over it. But latitude and longitude would be fine as well. We can make it work either way. Now we do want some photographs, so if you take photographs in 4 directions from the box, maybe have the box in each picture to help the people who are going to be identifying the sounds orient themselves to that habitat. It'll be helpful for them to know what to expect when they listen to the sounds. When retrieving the recorders, you do want to turn the power off before packing them out. And on the SM2 Plus, you do need to remove the microphones as well, so that might require cutting off the tie wraps and putting the microphones safely away so they don't get bent or break off in your carry bag. One last important detail is if you're returning the boxes, make sure you label the box and where it came from, and also with that box give us the field notes and digital photographs, or you can email those separately, I guess. If you're not returning the box, simply take the cards out and put them in an envelope and label the envelope along with the field notes and send that along.